Effects of cocaine on your brain. Cocaine does affect your brain, and prolonged cocaine abuse does change how your brain works. I was doing 1 to 2 8 balls of coke a day. When I hit the massive peak of my addiction after 2015, when my wife committed suicide, I self-medicated with alcohol and cocaine. And as it increased with cocaine, it went from just being able to manage through an 8 ball almost into a day to where it spilled into 2 8 balls in a day, and even more sometimes. And that is the reality of addiction. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And why it also does that is what it does to your brain. A lot of times people don't realize it actually affects the reward center of your brain, the pleasure reward center. It actually numbs that to where natural receptors that normally make you happy in that pleasure side of life, of these receptors that hit of, being congratulated or something makes you feel good, those become numb, and it becomes harder to have those receptors to the pleasure of the side of your brain. So what happens? You resort back to cocaine. You resort back to this drug because it hits the ability for you all of a sudden to feel happy, but it also increases your dependency on this drug, because now none of us want to be depressed. And the worst is, especially as an addict, is a depressed addict. So what are we doing? We're constantly using. And that's where this drug comes into play. And I don't think people realize that. I can tell you this, I've been sober since 7/25/17, and it was the best day of my life was getting sober.